Seth Rollins has refused to be Plan B for Triple H and chose to fight along the Shield to take down the Authority. They managed to help Roman Reigns get to the main event of WrestleMania 31, where he was injured in a collision with Brock Lesnar. He convinced Seth to cash in Money in the Bank to keep the title within the Shield, but it was all part of the plan. Roman was never injured, and he stabbed his brothers in the back. Roman Reigns leaves WrestleMania as WWE Champion and the poster boy for the Authority. Triple H is throwing a celebration ceremony, but there is a huge list of people trying to take that power from the Authority, and at the top of it is Seth and Dean, but they're ready for them, and then Triple H drops a bombshell. Since you two are here, I want to let everyone know that this year King of the Ring is back, and the winner gets a shot at the WWE Championship at SummerSlam. And I know you two are pretty desperate to get at the champ, right? Well, you can, because you're both in the tournament, and your first opponent is each other. Triple H has pitted the two brothers against each other, and Roman loves this. But that is a future potential opponent. Who will be Roman's next? The former golden boy of the Authority wants to tear the Authority down, and he forces his way into a match with Reigns at Extreme Rules in an Extreme Rules match. And this is a violent and angry Randy Orton. It's the toughest possible first assignment for Reigns, but people expected this from Orton. But what people didn't expect was this level of aggression from Reigns. Triple H has instilled a cerebral nature to his client, and after a reverse RKO and a spear, he rubs salt in the wound by smashing Orton's head off the pile of chairs with a pedigree. It's a statement win, and Reigns basks in his moment. But once again, the celebration is cut short by Ambrose and Rollins, who band together to come out for their pound of flesh. But someone else wants revenge, and it catches everyone off guard. Lesnar is back! He was battered by chairs and cost the championship by these two, and he tears them apart. In particular, Ambrose, who gets absolutely annihilated. Lesnar gets his hands on weapons that were scattered around the entrance, and it's ugly to watch, but not for Reigns, who enjoys the show. But when Lesnar finishes, he looks at Reigns and says, "Once I'm done with them, it's on to you and getting my belt back." Reigns has a long line of people waiting for a shot. But one man who falls out of the running for now is Ambrose, who is put on the shelf by the Beast. But as the ambulance door is closed, Rollins is asked where he went. Ambrose was left to fend for himself, and Rollins chooses not to comment and walks off. And he walks in to the King of the Ring, which is streamed live on the WWE Network. But who will his first opponent be now? Well, Triple H has hand-picked one. And he's sent purely to soften up Rollins, and he certainly does. He tosses Rollins all over the place. He takes him to the outside and uses that to his advantage. Rollins is in big trouble, and Kane puts him in the ring. The Demon is under strict instruction to destroy him, not just beat him. And he grabs a sledgehammer. But Rollins has climbed the ropes, and Kane didn't see it. As he slides in, he gets super stomped, and the place erupts. Seth Rollins has somehow, some way advanced to the next round, which is an extraordinary athletic battle with Adrian Neville, which Seth barely gets through. And that leaves a tough final, with some bad news waiting for Rollins, because we quickly find out that Barrett has been paid off by Triple H to ensure Seth doesn't even make it to the ring, let alone be able to compete. Barrett batters him during his entrance, tosses him in the ring, and the referee is asking Seth if he can continue. And of course he does. He pulls himself up and he tells the referee to ring the bell, but as he does, Barrett is absolutely all over him. He mauls him, and it looks like all is lost. But as the match wears on, Barrett is actually struggling. Rollins is showing unbelievable fight, and this, of course, draws out the game. And while Barrett is distracting the referee, Triple H slides a chair in the ring, and Barrett sees this, goes to pick it up, but instead, Rollins plants his head onto it with a stomp, and all Triple H can do is watch as Rollins wins King of the Ring. And straight away, Triple H tries to get at Rollins, but the heist is complete. Rollins has booked himself a title match at SummerSlam. But Wade Barrett now has inadvertently booked himself a beating. Barrett suffers the same fate as many others. But the question is, will Roman even be champion by the time we get to SummerSlam? Well, the answer is simple. He probably will, because as Seth finds out on Raw, Roman has the night off at Payback. But who doesn't get the night off? Well, it's Seth Rollins, of course. But who will his assignment be? Well, he isn't told until he reaches Payback. This is a disaster. Rollins, who is still banged up from being put through the ringer by the Authority, now has to be put through the ringer by the Beast who took out Ambrose. And now he wants to do the same to Rollins. But that isn't all, because before the match even starts, Triple H, of course flanked by Roman Reigns, announces that if Seth loses, he loses the crown. And Brock Lesnar will be anointed King of the Ring, and Brock Lesnar gets the SummerSlam WWE title match. And as Rollins is stunned by this news, he doesn't notice the bell, and he's stunned by the Beast. He gets mauled by Lesnar, and Lesnar is desperate to get at Reigns as well, and Triple H is using this to his advantage. Rollins is taken directly to Suplex City with no directions on how to escape. And perhaps the only way out is on a stretcher like his brother Ambrose. Or perhaps it's through Ambrose himself, because the lunatic comes from the crowd and starts screaming at Lesnar to try and fight him on the outside. And Lesnar, of course, obliges. But Ambrose, clearly not 100% either, gets put through the announce table at ringside. Once again, Ambrose is putting his body on the line for his brother, and it opens up the chance for Seth Rollins. Rollins lands a super stomp on Lesnar from the ring to the floor, and Lesnar is rocked. Rollins quickly throws him in the ring, and Rollins lands yet another stomp. But Lesnar is psychotic. He keeps getting up, but Rollins knows this will be his only chance, and he takes it, and he hammers Lesnar with another one, this time from the second rope. And yet again, he escapes another Triple H laid plan. But Brock Lesnar is a maniac. He's back up again, and Rollins doesn't see him. Lesnar's going to charge him down, but Ambrose intercepts again, showing incredible loyalty, and takes another bullet for Rollins. And Lesnar grabs him and violently just throws him out of the ring. It's so reckless, and Ambrose lands awkwardly and is barely moving. And Rollins is next. Lesnar goes at him, but Rollins leaves the ring. Well. It seems like I've got some work to do around here. I came back to try and end the Authority, and it seems like beating the game at WrestleMania still wasn't enough to end it. But I like games, and I want to play another one with Roman Reigns. Stinger, hey, listen. Thank you for being there for us, and thank you for having our back. It meant a lot, but you need to calm down. Us? Nah. That's Rich. I could have sworn I saw you take off twice when Brock Lesnar had me on the ropes. No. Sting helped me. Just like I helped him at WrestleMania. And where were you both times? Plotting your cash in? Looking after yourself? Looking after Mr. Seth Rollins? Huh? Boys, listen, this isn't what we need right now. We need solidarity. If we're going to defeat the Authority, it needs to be together. Roman Reigns wants this to happen. Triple H wants this to happen. They're trying to drive you two apart. And Roman might have turned his back on it, but this can be a stronger Shield than ever. We need to protect these people from this organization crumbling at the hands of Triple H and Roman Reigns. I've seen it happen in WCW, and I sure as hell ain't letting it happen here. So are we together or not? Sting seems to get through to them, and they leave together, and Triple H, after seeing the performance against Randy Orton, fully endorses Roman Reigns to topple Sting at Elimination Chamber for the WWE Championship. And it goes from Roman helping to bring Sting in to take out the Authority, to Reigns representing the Authority to try and eliminate the Legend, which he sets about doing in brutal fashion. It's that cerebral edge, it's that viciousness that Triple H has instilled that spills out everywhere. Sting is Sting, and he's always going to put up a fight, but it's clear that Roman is just different. Roman is showing his true potential, and the crowd can't stand it. He's demolishing one of their heroes in front of their very eyes, and it's an unsympathetic performance, and Roman not only wins the match, but after the bell, he's looking like he will potentially end Sting's career. And backstage, we hear banging on the door. We hear Ambrose from behind that door yelling because he's going crazy trying to get out there to help Sting. But Triple H has locked it, and he walks away and walks to the arena. But where is Seth? He's nowhere to be seen, and now Sting is at the mercy of both Triple H and Roman Reigns. It seems as though Sting has a new mission, but the Shield and Dean Ambrose need to continue theirs, and that is to take down the Authority, starting with qualifying for Money in the Bank. And boy, does he qualify. He absolutely murks Goldust. It's not even a contest, and he immediately gets up, looks down the barrel of the camera and says, "I'm climbing the ladder, I'm taking the briefcase, I'm taking the title, and most importantly, I'm taking Roman Reigns and the Authority out." Ambrose walks off to a huge ovation. He's very quickly becoming the favorite of all three. And he gets backstage and sees one of those three. "Hey, yo, Seth, where were you for Sting? Triple H locked me in the locker room, so what's your excuse?" But Seth tries to calm the situation and says, "Oh, Dean, relax. I had no idea it was going on. I left the building." Why do we always have to save the world? If we want to take down the Authority, we need to be calculated. We can't be doing side missions. Listen, what you did, getting yourself into the Money in the Bank, is genius. You win that, we have an ace up our sleeve again. We have another plan B. Just like last time. I've got a shot at SummerSlam, you've got a shot whenever you want, and we're in the box seat. And this time, we don't have a traitor amongst us. Don't we? Ambrose now holds the ace, just like Rollins did 12 months prior, and the crowd eats it up. They want Ambrose to be the one to do it. They want him to be the one to stop all this tyranny. And with Sting now occupied by The Undertaker and Randy Orton occupied with John Cena in the US title, it feels like it's opened up. Especially during the main event where Roman Reigns is looking to eliminate a once-hired hitman for the Authority in Brock Lesnar in a WrestleMania rematch. And it's just as brutal. They beat the tar out of each other. It's as physical as we've ever seen. It's impossible to call because Lesnar is Lesnar. But this Roman Reigns has been nothing short of unstoppable. And the match has so many parallels to their match at WrestleMania. Even the fact that they collide and both men drop to the ground. Only this time, Roman isn't feigning injury. He's legitimately hurt.
Sierra Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, Shield.
Ambrose didn't even get the chance to cash in. Instead, he had his head slammed into the mat and he's out cold. And somehow, Roman gets to his feet, Brock gets to his, and Roman drills Lesnar with a spear and retains the championship. All while Seth Rollins watches on from the stage and he yells the words to Roman, "It's gonna be me, not him." And the Shield is splintered 3 ways. Roman turned his back on Seth and Dean, and now Seth has turned his back on Dean. The original mission of banding together to take down the Authority has completely come unstuck due to the lure of being champion. And the powder keg explodes on Raw. It started before the show even went on the air in the car park, but very aptly, it spills into the arena via the crowd. And they eventually get into the ring, and while Ambrose and Seth are focused on each other, Reigns takes the opportunity to grab a chair. And just like WrestleMania, he destroys them both. And it sends a very sobering message that both Roman and the Authority still run WWE and will until the ultimate currency, and in turn the ultimate power, is taken. But who will take it? Because as Roman walks off still holding the chair, Ambrose pulls himself up and says, "I'm cashing in." Huh. You gotta be kidding me. You really are a lunatic. Alright, let's get this over with then. But Ambrose doesn't mean what Roman thinks he does. No. I'm cashing in so I can beat you both at SummerSlam. Months after Roman drove his sword into the backs of his brothers, they are all in the ring as their own entities. And to say it's personal is a serious understatement. And it's everything the fans hoped and wanted. But the question is, who walks out with the ultimate currency? Well, deep into the match, Roman is lining up Seth, and he launches at him for a spear, but Seth grabs Ambrose, pulls him in front, and Ambrose takes the bullet for Rollins. And the irony is that Dean once did this willingly for both of them. But now he's forced to. And with Dean out of the ring, Seth then hits, of all things, a pedigree on Roman. And Seth knows this is it. He's finally got his chance. And he lines up Roman for the fatal stomp. But then, an ominous figure appears. Ambrose steals the chair and he starts swinging it at anything that's moving. The lunatic has truly come unhinged and the crowd erupts. They're fully behind him as he demolishes Seth and Triple H with the chair. But he doesn't see Roman. Roman's head hit the chair when he speared Ambrose, and Roman falls on his own sword. And the last man standing, holding the ultimate currency, is the only man who stayed true, the only man who stayed loyal to the mission, and the only man who truly acted as a shield.